It's in the game.
The first open back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Caesars Superdome in downtown New Orleans. Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the New Orleans Saints. One started, and we are underway from the Superdome. And he's going to be out of bounds. Here's the run back. Will leave him shy of the 20-yard line at their own 19-yard line. First carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you to the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Again, it's Kamara. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
First down. First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Throwing, Shuck. And the catch made by Johnson. Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown, New Orleans. Juwan Johnson, 62 yards. And the Saints will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon.
The kicker on.
You know, as a head coach, you can't hide everything from your team. They know that people think that they're not supposed to be on the field with them. So they decided a heck of a game plan, didn't they? Nice pass start, get out after them, and maybe let everyone know that they're here to compete.
And get this home crowd behind them early as well.
Yeah, that's a huge part of it, isn't it? Because when you get the home crowd involved, sometimes you can ride that wave, and that gives you a little added pep.
Taken at the goal line. And not much doing on the return. Good coverage there. Going to stop him in his tracks at the 15-yard line.
At their own 15-yard line.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here first and 10 at their own 15. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Down the numbers, there he goes.
Good shit.
Look at the big fella go. He may go. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Touchdown.
Grant Calcaterra, 84 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up. When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, we can repeat that, Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he powers his way out past the 30. Calling a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with third down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2 yards still to go. Third down now. Off the play fake, Shuck. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
Loose inside the 30. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 48 yards. 7-7, our score after 1. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll give it up the middle to Miller. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
At the 11-yard line.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Here's Shuck. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Juwan Johnson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Saints have taken the lead. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Here comes 3rd down and 7.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 3rd down.
Throwing is Hurts. He'll try and do this himself. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
It's a gain of 23 yards. And an Eagle 1st down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Hurts. This one goes out wide for Barkley. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
18 more yards. That's another Eagles 1st down. A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Philadelphia.
From the gun, it's Hurts. He finds him again, Saquon Barkley. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. This 2nd and 4. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
First and goal, Philadelphia.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So second and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. And Hurts going to move him around. Second down and goal. Hurts. Now Hurts is going to do it himself. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
That was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Now Hurts, he's going to do it himself. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on fourth and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it.
Silver, ready?
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. He'll try to do it himself. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on fourth and goal.
Good job, defense.
In the end zone. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And not much happening there, as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here now a third down and 8.
Here we go, Shaq. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They're going to get this outside. Oh, this could be a double pass. His throw, a good one, and it's caught.
Give me that.
Now he's free to
Give me that. Ooh, that was nice.
As the first half is winding down, and the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Saints 21, Eagles 7.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Pushing his way through. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their...
He's got a man, complete. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half.
And this is how you answer a touchdown the other end. So you come out throwing to start your own drive. And not just throwing, but pushing it down the field. And they come up with a big play as they try to answer back with a score of their own.
He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And that's going to be incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Hey, easy, 63, back.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. And he returns this to the 22.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Offense set to begin their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. And what's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing.
Fighting through, and he's got space.
Good run.
Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Good run.
Saquon Barkley, 77 yards. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard and you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The lane opens here. He's picked. And I think the ball's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. 0 turnovers in this game so far. The trend continues, but barely. Offense lucky that that one went out of bounds.
Yeah, they're very fortunate because when a game's going along like this one and neither side has turned the ball over, sometimes that first one can really flip things to their advantage in this type of a game.
Now 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
Now Shuck. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
I have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Shuck. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
4th down.
Here comes the Saints punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It really doesn't get much easier than the last drive. One play, and they took it all the way to the house on the touchdown run.
And you know how many times we talked about that's exactly how they drew it up? Because essentially every play that's drawn up in an offensive playbook, if everyone does their job perfectly, should go for a touchdown, right? That's one that actually did. Give a little credit to those big fellas up front, too. They sprang their man for not only a big gain, but 6 points.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Barkley. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
This now a 3rd and 4. Here's Hurts to throw. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4 on 3rd down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Barkley inside handoff. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this run.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Eagles 1st down. It's a gain of 10.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Devontae Smith on the receiving end from Jalen Hurts. And the Eagles are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. This one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at the
first down carry now for Miller. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
To throw now, Shuck. Over the middle, complete. That's Johnson. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 41 yards.
Talk about a momentum shifter right there. Tie game, fourth quarter. These are the plays that win you games. And now defensively, the question becomes, how do you respond?
On the double.
Here's 1st and goal.
Here we go. Set. 6, hut.
It's a quarterback sneak. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Saints answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. So, Charles, this game feels like it has been punch, counter-punch all throughout, and that touchdown breaks our tie here in the 4th quarter.
You're making me want to get back in the gym and start training again. You talk about those punches and counter punches. I also think this is where you and I start thinking to ourselves, who's going to make the play to change that, right? Who's going to get out of this little cycle that they're in right now and make a play and give their team a firm advantage?
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Here's 1st down. Here's a give to Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. And that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
1st and goal.
They'll try and run forward Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's going to get forward for a couple before he is banged down hard at the end.
Sometimes it's hard to figure, but you can live with incompletions in this situation. You can't live with these short gains that take time off the clock.
You know who loves it? This defense. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with an extra point.
Or they can go for two and go for the win. And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down one. That extra point is not a gimme.
Elliott on for the extra point. And we may very well be headed to overtime. This one, all we could have asked for. All tied, final minute as the kick's away here. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. Here's 1st and 10. They'll throw. Here's Shuck.
Oh, my God.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Inside handoff now. Miller.
You go quit? Boy, you a hoe. That's some horse shit right there. You can't even take your charge, boy. That nigga a hoe.